Hello, welcome back. Holiday Greek, and today we make your life a roller skater. 10 hilarious Greek idioms translated literally. If you want to sound like a real Greek speaker, or at least understand what the Greeks are saying, you need to learn some idioms, some idiomatic expressions. At the B2 level, you already know how to order food, how to talk about your weekend, and so on, but you are not talking in a very interesting or funny or colorful way. You are probably using predictable expressions, and today we want to change this. First, κάνω τη ζωή μου πατίνι. Literal translation, I make my life a roller skate. Actual meaning, to make one's own life miserable or unnecessarily difficult. You have to imagine that a patini is something difficult, right? A roller skate is difficult to stand on. You're always slipping, especially if you don't know how to use it properly. You're falling over, and your life is like this, right? It's like, you would say, perhaps walking on ice, but ice on the street is not a common enough occurrence in Greek to justify using it in an idiom, right? Because there's almost never ice on the street, so they don't have this idea. But a similar effect is when you have these roller skates strapped to your feet. You can also not walk. So this you find on Twitter, on X, on TikTok, when someone is complaining about overworking, stressing over a love relationship, or making bad life choices. Or you can say your boss made your life a patini. He ruined your life. He makes your life unnecessarily difficult. Example, in Greek, δουλεύω 10 ώρες την ημέρα, έχω κάνει τη ζωή μου πατίνι. Direct translation, I work 10 hours a day, I made the life of me a roller skate. Natural English, I work 10 hours a day, I've made my life miserable. But normally you wouldn't say about yourself that you make your own life miserable. You would normally put the blame to somebody else, right? You would say, έκανε τη ζωή μου πατίνι. Η γυναίκα μου κάνει τη ζωή μου πατίνι. My wife makes my life into a roller skate, especially if she hears this. So, next one, σιγά τα λάχανα. Literal translation, slow the cabbages. Actual meaning, big deal. So what? That's not impressive. The σιγά is not only slow, it's also quietly, softly speaking, right? Σιγά σιγά. Don't be so loud. I think this fits more here, right? Σιγά τα λάχανα would mean don't be so loud about these cabbages, because it's just cabbages, right? It's nothing to be loud about when you shout, oh, I have so nice cabbages. And the other person says, yeah, okay, but this is just cabbages, right? So don't, it's not that impressive. If an influencer posts about buying a ridiculously expensive but ugly designer bag, the comments will be full of this phrase, σιγά τα λάχανα. Example, πήρε καινούριο αυτοκίνητο, σιγά τα λάχανα, μεταχειρισμένο είναι. He bought a new car. Yeah, don't boast so much about it, it's a used car. Third, τα έκανα σαλάτα. I made them a salad. I made these things into a salad, right? This is similar to τα έκανα θάλασσα, which we have in another video here on this channel. I messed everything up. I made a mess of things. Because a salad is a mess, right? You take those nice tomatoes and cucumbers and so on, and you cut everything together, and you mix them, and you oil them, and then you have this mess. And this is the salad. So this is used to describe some failing, when someone completely ruins something, or a date, or an assignment. Προσπάθησα να φτιάξω την τηλεόραση και τα έκανα σαλάτα. I tried to fix the TV and I messed everything up. Πιάσε το αυγό και κούρευτο. Literal translation, this is so crazy. Catch the egg and give it a haircut. An impossible, pointless, completely absurd situation. When dealing, for example, with Greek bureaucracy, arguing with someone stubborn online, or trying to understand a confusing situation. Example, ο υπολογιστής χάλασε και δεν έχω ίντερνετ. Πιάσε το αυγό και κούρευτο. The computer broke and I have no internet. What an impossible situation. Catch the egg and shave it. Next one. Βρέχει καρεκλοπόδαρα. Again, we had this already in another video on this channel. It is raining chair legs, literally means it's raining cats and dogs. Greek, δεν μπορούμε να βγούμε έξω. Βρέχει καρεκλοπόδαρα. Natural English, we can't go out. It's raining heavily. It's raining cats and dogs. And the English is not much better, right? It's raining cats and dogs is equally absurd as it's raining chair legs. Έφαγα τον κόσμο. I ate the world. Means I searched everywhere for something. I looked all over the place. Used when somebody finally finds something they had been looking for, something that is rare, something that's difficult to find after searching for weeks. It can be some product you're looking for, or it can also be, your glasses that you misplaced. Έφαγα τον κόσμο να βρω αυτά τα παπούτσια. I ate the world to find these shoes means, in English, I searched everywhere to find these shoes. And yeah, now I did find them. Μου έψισε το ψάρι στα χείλη. That's also a very strong image. He baked the fish on my lips. He made my life extremely difficult. He tortured me before giving me what I wanted. Often used of students when they're talking about a strict professor or someone complaining about a difficult client at work. So Greek, ο καθηγητής μου έψισε το ψάρι στα χείλη μέχρι να με περάσει. The professor baked the fish on my lips until he let me pass. It means the professor made my life a misery before letting me pass. And of course, baking the fish on your lips is very painful, right? This is what this means. Next one, πνίγεται σε μία κουταλιά νερό. He or she can be drowned in a spoonful of water. He drowns in a spoonful of water. This means making a mountain out of a molehill or panicking over a very small problem. You mock somebody who is overreacting to a minor inconvenience. Μην αγχώνεσαι για το τεστ. Πνίγεσαι σε μία κουταλιά νερό. Don't be so anxious about this test. You are drowning in a spoonful of water. You are panicking over nothing. Next one, έγινε της κακομοίρας. This is very, very common. It became of the poor woman, literally. Κακομοίρα, mira is the fate, the destiny. Kako is bad, right? So the bad destiny, the bad fate. So κακομοίρα is, or κακόμοιρος, is somebody who has a bad fate. It's normally used to mean somebody who has some bad life, he has a bad situation, he's perhaps living on a street, and you look at him and you say, this κακόμοιρος man, this poor man, this ill-fated person. It's a charitable way, right, of looking at someone and feeling sad for him. But when you say έγινε της κακομοίρας, this specifically means there was chaos. All hell broke loose. It was a madhouse. You describe wild parties in this way, or massive sales like Black Friday, or intense drama in a TV reality show, or traffic on the street, right? When you go to Athens on a particular days, where it's a lot of traffic, you could say, έγινε της κακομοίρας στο δρόμο. Or στο party χθες το βράδυ, έγινε της κακομοίρας. At the party last night, it was absolute chaos. Κάθε κατεργάρης στον πάγκο του. This is our last one. Every rascal to his bench. And this means back to reality, back to work. Vacation is over. You will see this everywhere on Greek social media at the end of August or early September, because this is the end of the long holidays, paired with photos of people returning to their offices after the summer holidays. And that's it. Our 10 expressions that are very Greek. And now let's have a quick quiz. Let me see, what can I ask you about this? How would you say, my wife made my life very difficult? Η γυναίκα μου έκανε τη ζωή μου πατίνι. How would you say, my daughter is so concerned about her exams? She is so anxious over nothing. Η κόρη μου πνίγεται σε μία κουταλιά νερό. My daughter is drowning in one spoonful of water. How do you say I searched all over for my glasses and I could not find them? Έφαγα τον κόσμο να βρω τα γυαλιά μου και δεν τα βρήκα. How do you say she made a total mess of it? I asked her to repair the car and she made a total mess of it. Τα έκανε σαλάτα. Της είπα να φτιάξει το αυτοκίνητο και τα έκανε σαλάτα. You can also say τα έκανε θάλασσα. She made it into a sea. And if you go back on this channel to the Advent expressions there, I think the first one was to make it a sea. How do you say I quarreled with my boss over this thing and she really made my life difficult? She really tortured me over this contract. Μου έψισε το ψάρι στα χείλη για αυτό το συμβόλαιο. Over this contract. Μου έψισε το ψάρι στα χείλη. And with this we are done. Thank you for being here and see you next time. Bye bye.